Thursday. We are live here on Thursday. We're going to have some fun tonight because we got some centerpieces I'm going to be working on. But we are going to be talking about custom orders and is it something you should do? I saw something that someone was talking about for us custom orders, and I get people asking questions like how to make money, and a lot of crafters do a custom order, and I just want to, in my opinion, far as my experience with custom orders and where they go wrong and where they go right. So custom orders, if you do them right, you can make a lot of money. If you do them wrong, you can, one, burn out, be a loss for money. So before we even start up on here, I want you guys to let me know if you can hear me because I'm on Instagram and YouTube tonight. So I want to do that and also put every comment and stuff in the chat tonight. Maybe giving away something a little free. Depends on. But crafting, we're going to be doing centerpieces. So if anybody does custom orders, let me know. Just say type a heart or if you have issues with custom orders. And the reason why I'm bringing up custom orders is because I'm working on an order, and I think people get confused. Are we talking custom orders or personalized orders? Because to stand out, because we're not Amazon, most things are custom and people want custom. That's how you make money, and things that are unique. So if I exclude them from my catalog of products of doing, then what am I making? Because people expect that. And I think a lot of times the problem with people that are either one starting a business or running a business, it goes back to pricing. You do not know how to set up price. And also you do not set boundaries. And that's the problem. Because even if you work with like event planners, high-end, I work with event planners, they expect customization. It's expected.
On Instagram, the Mocha Creative says, I do custom.
You do custom. So, yes, and client control. So those are some of the key tips. So I'm going to sit and say here, I'm bringing out my block. So here. So people are like, oh, with custom orders, you're wasting materials and things like that. And drop any questions you may have, because I'm going to sit and say in my now over 10 years, and you guys see I have limited like cardstock because we still make party decor. I control how much we make.
So on this, the Mocha Creative says, to me, personalization means just adding a name or face. But if I got a design from scratch, it's custom.
Okay, that's custom. Okay. Yes, going on that one. So yeah, because I think that's where people get it far as confused. So you're designing something. Say here this block, and I'll sit and tell people it's in the description. Top closed, top open. You select whatever one from the drop down. I only cover, if you pick this, I only cover 4 sides. You can put a letter or an image, and you get a frame. I don't care what letter you put in here and what image. You're not putting 10 letters in here. We're not spelling a whole. We're not. You got 4 choices. It could be Noah. It could be Lisa. If it's superfalidocious, you out of luck. It's not happening. And you set those boundaries up. That's considered in personalization. Top close. 4 here. I do up here because I want here. Very rarely have I asked someone said, hey, can I put something in here? For the most part, they like these like for the teddy bears, and you're going to sit and you're not going to see. But I'm not covering the bottom. I don't care what they do. Baby, A, B, C, D, I don't care what they put on here. So that's more of a personalization. So for me, from a buyer standpoint, because I have a baby shower collection, I keep 2 colors. I'm going to do the baby blue and the baby pink. I'm not losing money on that. And I buy my cardstock wholesale, so I'm not losing where I'm holding. I got my product. I'm using the box, the gift box, and how I design it this doesn't lose me money. And that's consistent. I'm not burning out. Now, also for people with customization now, this has never happened because I don't understand this. And I have I seen some crafters, I don't take deposits. You pay in full. Now, that's up to you. I don't operate that way. And I suggest people don't. It's a room for failure. Now, certain things like balloon, event planners, you got to take a 50% or whatever. But there are contracts and different things doing. But if I'm on especially where platform, I have a store in Shopify, or if you go to my Etsy shop, you got to pay it in full. That is how it's done. So it's clear boundaries on that for like customization. So that's one of the things here. So for example, whoever just said like full customization, for example, this whole denim collection, this was full customization. The person wanted a denim theme and everything. So that's when you get in, okay, I have a design fee. And you set a design fee and you have it written where, and I have a design fee even, or the Shopify, you only get 2 mock-ups. And the thing is, it's you as the owner, the designer, the crafter. It's up to you to get as much information from whoever is getting it. Whether, what's your theme, what's your color. If they come vague, then we don't. It's like a hard stop. And you have to ask questions. You have to control it. Like if they don't have a theme, I'm like, okay, you're gonna have to come with me with a theme, or I can come up with a theme, but stuff is written off. But very rarely, especially when people start putting their money down where something. I have yet to have someone, and I hear the word ghost, or I don't certain time. No, I don't waste my time. You pay a deposit. And as you start doing this, like what they say, you start to sniff or something smells. I don't use profanity, but bullcrap. I sort of even can sniff even from how somebody, if they're going to be like it's going to be a customer. So with customization. So like with this order and this person, and this was a $2,000 order, and how many centerpieces? I think we only did like 10. But the customization was clear. I wanted denim theme, and I don't want it too elegant, casual, something different. And she let me roll with it, and that's how it goes. So that's how that works. And this one was local that we introduced, but this is one that I'm going to be working on tonight. And why I say this is custom, and this is something I did during a class last year. I taught a 3-tier centerpiece, but this wasn't the one. This hip hop centerpiece, Chrissy gonna get me, and she's a big event planner in DC, and I did some centerpieces for one of her customers. And I tell you, it's a small world because our customer is a caterer, and he had caterer events, so it's a small world. It's like really funny, like where we live and where they are. So if it wasn't for her on that, this design would never came, because she asked for that and I created something. So that was custom because the lady wanted hip hop, and so I'm like, okay, let me put my own edge. And when I think, and she was talking about the artists, Tupac and Biggie, I'm thinking back in the day, boombox and stuff. So I consider this all custom, but then I wanted to make my own AI and create my own thing. But like for me, if I'm customizing something, before you go where you lose money is for those that you sit and promise something that you don't know how to do. One, that's a problem. Like if people ask me for a quote, I will give you 24 to 48 hours. I will not, if someone sits and says how much, stop. Especially if something you haven't done, you need to price it out. You guys hear me? You need to price it out. It's beyond your materials. You got to put in your time. And real people that are making a profit, you are doing between a 30 to 50% profit margin increase. Don't get in this business if you're going to be scared to tell people, hey, this is how much it costs, because you'll lose money. People will respect you for that. I've told people a many no, and sorry if it wasn't in your budget, wasn't in your budget. But like for me, like say if this wasn't the event planner, and we're going to, hopefully we still with time, we're going to do a live, about because she's the event planner, about costs and stuff and how much these parties cost and stuff, because she does all these elaborate ones. But say if she wasn't, I happened to go to DC because we don't live near DC, and I said, and the only reason I'm telling you the story is because I wanted to go to a restaurant. I said, I'll drive down. Because very rarely do we hand deliver stuff. Very rarely. Unless it's someone knows or whatever. Very rarely. So if I was customizing this before I even priced and they said, hey, I want something big, 18 inches. I'm not only pricing out sort of my material and as far as like a design, I'm also doing, because we ship this. So now I have to equate the shipping costs in this. So, and what shipping supply, everything is in there. So in my Excel sheet for my cost, everything is calculated. Then you get a price. And you can't do it any other way. And I found this way is very easy because it is nothing like working for free. And I'm not going to sit and say I have never worked for free. I need a tissue, I think, excuse me, on here. So that is one of the things. And this is 2024. You guys, you always know I teach you how to work with the good supplies. This is 2024. I think we did this. This is one of our first hip hop classes on here. And Michael, give me a tissue, please, on here. And this is here. So that's like custom. So so once I created this and I know the supplies I'm using, I can now, regardless of if someone a year later come and ask, it doesn't matter. Thank you. And I need the bleach wipes. It doesn't matter. I can just change this up. So for me, this is just a personalization. Hey, only difference I'm going to charge in price because it's the same concept, 3-tier. Well, okay, this is just full. This is bling. So whatever. That's it. Everything's still the same. This is black and gold. This is blue. Whatever. I'm not changing anything here because if you take my class, I teach you as far as the design of how to create these centerpieces and the stories and things like that we do. So nothing really changes except for this. This is a hip hop. This is a denim theme or whatever you want to go. This could even work for a summertime thing. So that is one of the things. So that's why I was like saying like customization. If you don't customize as part crafter, and I've seen it, these stores, big name stores, will take your stuff. And they will. I've seen Gable boxes now at Home Goods. I've seen now you got Walgreens now printing out the big stuff. You always got to stay ahead. And people are always going to do it. So, like certain things, and it's your choice of what you want to do. That's why I'm not for someone going to buy every crap tool because you may not use them. If I go buy a big printer plotter and I got some orders, I always got to stay ahead. Then I got Walgreens or FedEx printing out the same. And people are going to go by price, certain ones, depending on. Unless you have that clientele with the event planners and things like that. So that's why I just like be mindful. Learn your tool, learn your craft, do good work, use good quality material. That customer is there. Everybody is not your customer, and that's one of the things. So I didn't mean to like rant on that. So I wanted to talk about that because I really feel that it comes with customization boundaries. I think that's one of the issues that people have. Excuse me, guys. I get a boo. Badoo. Thank you. And I gotta use a Clorox wipe. Sorry. This is life. This is one of the things. Like, oh, she's on social media blowing her nose. You know what? Everybody gotta blow their nose. You gotta talk to God while I can't. I'm like here. But we got the Clorox. Because these items go to people. So one of the things I'm going to be working on, just one part, I got a customized order. So this is like 3 centerpieces. They're all hip hop. And a couple things I make sure, because it's like the hip hop, even with the customer, I always go over, because everybody's different, like what's the guest of honor, what's the age, of course, when it's due, and we don't change. So like with these the hip hop ones, I got one where it's 3 styles, where you got the headphones, and then I had one where the top open, they can have flowers, and then I got one where it's a chain. So they can pick the 3. So for them, basically the only thing they're doing is either A, they can change the hip hop artist, it's not a big deal to me, and they give me a name, but everything else is the same. So for this particular order, they like Nas, and they're gonna do the gold chain, the hip hop, so they got 3. So this customization, this is a $419 order, not including far shipping. So for me to make 3 centerpieces, that's pretty good, because I only do so much a month, because I'm limiting how much I do in it. So with the material, so I don't and this is one of the staples of it. So for me, customized orders work, make money. I don't sneeze at $400, because groceries are still high, and they work. So if you take my 3-tier centerpiece course, I'll teach you how to make these centerpieces. It doesn't matter the theme. You guys, if you've taken it or haven't, I use these gift boxes. This is one. So when I'm working with customized orders, a lot of stuff I do to save time and where I'm not burnt out, I batch out orders. And I've heard people even starting customized orders or taking orders, and you don't have the money or from the customer. I would not do that. You can't do that. You ever
$400 sounds good to me.
Sound good to me too, especially with now it's hot and BGE and everything. So what I do with my stuff is I batch. And if someone said they do t-shirts, that's basically cutting out all your materials or whatever you're doing up front so I can start. So that's what I do. And especially one thing with customized, so I am a stickler for it, and I'll have, because I've messed up. I think I can count twice in my life on that, like name or something. It was name. It was name, and I don't even know why that even. Because I sent over the mock-up and that still wasn't even, and I don't know why I had this name in my head. I don't know why, but it was fixable. Thank goodness that was fixable. The other time I messed up on a custom order, the person didn't do what I told them to do, put what they wanted in the personalization section, and they were like, "Oh, but we talked about it. We did." And that's one of the things, especially with Etsy, like with their orders, this is why I say when people want to, on Instagram, I'd say what platform did you purchase it from or what platform you want, because I keep everything in the chain of command from the order, like everything. So it's documented. Like, no, you said blue. No, you said brown. It's there. All that. Can you call me? No, one, I don't. I've only called in 10 years one person one time, and she was older, and she wasn't getting it at all, and it warranted the phone call, because she was an older individual, and technology, nothing, it warranted. But I do not at all, because she was communicating with there. It was funny. It was another company called because before I used to be Leslie Party Supplies, and it's one in Texas, and I remember this, and she's like, "I've been calling." I'm like, "Lady, you haven't been calling me all day." This is like, yeah. So she was calling the place in Texas, and I'm like, "Why are you calling the shop? You purchased this off of Etsy." So that warrant a call. But I keep everything. If you're taking any order, my advice to you is definitely have a tracking system. That keeps people honest. And especially with customers, someone changes something. I've had them where they, as far as the color. So for example, I'm not going to say this or whatever, because I don't do any major stuff. Say they said, you know what, instead of blue, we want silver. I'm like, okay, I haven't cut it out. It's not a big deal. It's not a up in. But when it goes out with that invoice, I print that conversation. You change silver and I attach it to the invoice. So when it goes out, that's what it says. Like this person here, I have our conversation of the extra because they submitted their order and I, reached out, hey, like some sayings, what do you want, what's the age, what's the name? And I have that. And that would go with it. So it will not be any, no, I said, no, this is what you said. And that's how you set up communication. And that's the thing. A lot of times people can get, and if they get mad, they get mad at themselves. And that's how I will handle it. But if you don't customize in this era as a crafter, I'm not even going to say just a party craft because I make party supplies as a crafter. People expect it. And people will pay more for things that are unique and customized. People want something that is different. The problem that people have is when you're doing onesies and twosies of crafting stuff and buying stuff and you're not getting paid and you're really mad at yourself because you haven't set any boundaries. That's the problem. Like right now, me talking, let me see if somebody get this. So I might get a free class on this one because I just did this. So my centerpieces here, 7x7, 6x6, 5x5. I'm working with 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. And I just lost money, just cutting, but I'm talking and not thinking. Anybody know what I did? Because I know how much stuff costs. And it just hit me just now. You just lost money. Because this is a business. This isn't a hobby. It was a hobby 14 years ago when I got the Cricut. And I was playing around with it. It is now a business.
Speaking of business, Opulent1216 on Instagram asks, may I ask how do you apply for LLC when a DIY crafter? When I try to apply, there's no box for DIY crafter.
Well, with LLC, is it a retail business? There's different things on there. Or there you may have to, because I'm not an attorney or anything, but applying for LLC, that's with your business and everything. You got your taxes yet? What's on your taxes? Your
So when they
EIN.
say when I try to apply, there's no box. I'm assuming it's
No, it's not going to be a box. That's a particular type of business. You don't need that. You're applying for LLC for your business. Have you gotten your and I'm not a lawyer or anything or someone here, but I know about LLCs. Have you gotten your EIN number for your business first? Which would make sense before you do your LLC and then your state and all that stuff. Now, when we first started on that as and you got to protect yourself.
No, haven't gotten that far.
Well, that's one of the first steps on here that you should do. You could. There's companies, but you don't need to. You can do it yourself. If you got chat, it'll tell you the steps to do first as well, and for your business.
See, I keep being told to do the LLC first.
Oh, well, you're going to need the EIN or you're going to have to come back to the government and do it. That's part of it. You can get electronic EIN very easy. Just go to the official website and put in, how you're doing it. If you're a sole proprietor by yourself, you don't have employees. And it depends on risk. I know some people that do not have an LLC and they do a sole proprietor. You're starting, depending on, are you making, people are saying, hey, how much you making? I know with Etsy with the 1099, unless you're doing over 10,000 a year, you don't get sent one. It depends on, but for you, then I would get chat. I go to chat. If you're doing it yourself, it's plenty of resources to help you set up a LLC. I don't know why you wouldn't do the EIN. You're going to need that because it's going to ask that. I mean, especially for your bank, where you have your bank, that's how you can open up your account. Now, there are some where you can open up an account without a EIN. But keeping that, those are all the things you do. Like, for example, you know, even Michael, like, as a crafter, entrepreneur, quarterly taxes are due. I mean, that's what people be showing online. Like, are you paying tax? Because I don't play around with Uncle Sam.
And they say it could differ per state. I have LLC in Delaware and New York and got my LLC first, then EIN. But they should go to their state website on requirements.
Yeah, they can go on that. But the state where you have to pay, but on the government website, it tells you everything right there. And it tells you everything. It'll say, are you, because if you haven't done the LLC, I don't even want to get in there if you haven't done the LLC, but I can't think of her name. What is, whoever it is, send me a DM. I'll send you, I can't think of her name. She is excellent. She helps you start up business, and I would give you a referral. I can't think of her name right now. As somebody, Esquire. Whoever it is, send me a DM and I'll send you somebody.
No, I'm just starting out. Been crafting for about a year. I do custom items only, like t-shirts, graduation items, etc., but nothing major. Just want to do it right the first time.
Yeah, but first it's like build up, because sometimes you may sole proprietor. I mean, if you're doing it out of your home, you know, far as a risk. Am I going to sit and say, as you building up, don't stop doing or saying, hey, I'm not going to sell until I get everything together? You know, you can, and to all that stuff, have one separate account where it's just business. Don't mix personal with it as you get everything. Especially, I mean, if you haven't even had a sale or anything like that. So, anyway, I don't know if anybody caught where far as the money, anyone far as guess where I messed up on here, because I'm batching. And this is like where money comes at. So, this is 8.5 by 11. And this is how my brain, this is how when it's almost, you remember like your parents would say, turn my lights out. When we couldn't wait to be adults where we could tell, get out of my refrigerator. I don't know if anybody experienced that or not. Or, you know, you're costing money. Or people are looking at money. You guys, you remember everybody hate Chris, the dad, always looking at everything. I'm looking at this like you just wasted money over here. Especially when I cut the 6-inch out. And this is where here we're just thinking like you get every bit of money far is for this. So even when I caught and I knew that wasn't the 6-inch. So I knew I was doing a 5-inch that was a black. So instead of this, I just cut out the 6 and then I went and cut another sheet. And instantly I said, no, I could have got a 6-inch and a 5x5 off of one sheet. Because you're wasting paper. You're wasting cardstock. And that's when you're thinking, like you're looking, so even custom or however you do your business, you're looking at everything. How much, because I buy this wholesale. And so by me not doing that, I don't know if this is 5 inches on here. One, I've already cut it and used it. And so now, unless I make a mistake, it'll be used for the next time, but basically I wasted a sheet. No, actually I wasted 2 sheets. And some people are like, oh, that's just 2 sheets, but no, that's money. That's money, and I mean that's how you have to think about it. And that's just here, you know, I'm just talking. because these are 3, and I don't have the metallic gold in, which I had to order some of that. And I like this the metallic gold I use. It's on my Amazon. I can't think of this, and I like it because it's heavy. On that, it's really heavy, and I like it. And I wanted to show this. It's the difference between the metallic cardstock. I cannot stand this cardstock. This is probably, one, it curls. One thing here, cardstock, humidity. We're in the basement. We have dehumidifiers on here, but this is not. And I've never used it. It's not one of my favorites on here. It just looks, we don't get along. Cheap, my opinion. So I start the batch. So that's one of the things, like if crafting and getting your money worth, you gotta think about it. So that's why, like, even when I'm making custom orders, so I have this hip hop theme, and whatever you have on your shop, you control everything. So whatever you say your t-shirts and whatever saying you're gonna have, like we now have the Party Crafter collection up on here, so we're coming out with that. Okay, this isn't going to change for some. And then I have one with something personal. It's for crafters. It's universal. That image won't change. Well, whether you want it on a black t-shirt, pink t-shirt, or whatever option, that will. Now, say someone, you make t-shirts and you have an image that's, you got DTF or DTG, whatever you're going to have. And someone says, you know what, can you put praying hands on the back or butterfly on that? Yeah, I can. That's a upsell. I'll charge you $5 or whatever more for it. That's different. But I'm a firm believer for customization. It's the way to go. If you want to grow your business, work with event planners, they expect it because they're designing stuff. They're designing production. So they expect that. They'll pay for it. People will pay for it on there. And custom orders are not going. I can't even see where people say, are they the same as everything else. In my opinion, everything is custom until you actually where it's normal on the assembly line. Like, for example, this one I didn't even go down. We made these last week. I mean, would this be considered custom? I mean, I don't think so. I mean, we made the shaker cake toppers, not cupcake toppers. So is this custom now? If I just say, hey, I sell this, and they just get, for instance, I don't know how many Care Bears. I'm just saying hypothetically, 5 Care Bears. Is it now considered custom? Or the customer that asks, hey, I'm having a Care Bears baby shower. I would like cupcake toppers. Can you make those for me? Sure, I made them. Here they go. And I want shaker ones. Okay. Now I got a new product I put on there. Which one was custom? I mean, you got to start somewhere. So everything is sort of start custom. So we don't change. Unless you want to say, instead of a lavender bow, I want a pink or green or blue. I mean, and that's control. That's control. That is truly far as control. That's my thing on it. I thought I had some stats. Because that really got me, like with the custom and things like that, people here. And I had some stats on there. But, I mean, the party crafting business, it is explosive. I mean, I'm always an advocate of, if you're working from home, you can do this from home and make money. Like someone says, like 400, that's nothing to sneeze at. I don't sit and promise people you're going to make thousands and thousands. You can, but it's only so much you can do by your hand. And like I always say, when we were doing 10,000 a month in handmade goods, we had no time. I mean, it's only so many things you can make in your hand. So we had to scale the business another way. Now, that can be done. And if that's far as for you, but you're like, you know what, Leslie, I'll take that. And I get to work from home. Teach me how. Show me how. I'm more than willing. Yes, you can. Now, I'm great with that. And I'm like, hey, just make sure you take your 40% out for Uncle Sam. And you got your material, stuff here. So, yeah, you can do that. And it is nothing wrong with that. So, I'm always thankful. I did see that they lowered the price of eggs. I got a dozen today for $3.50. So I was shocked. But a couple stores still haven't gotten that message, so I don't know. But that is it. I am going to be doing this, and I'm going to be these centerpieces and moving. If you've taken one of our courses, not part of our Facebook exclusive group, I'm on Saturday. I'm going to be, for those that have taken the centerpiece course, I'm going to be assembling this week and live, so you can ask for us questions and stuff on here. So, and this is just how I get business, just adding simple little different elements with different supplies. So, and that's what I would always tell people, like here, even with the bling. So incorporating like bling sheets in here. So I don't get rid of things like that. This is another one of my favorite. And this is Recollection one, but they have a silver mirror one. I don't have it because she's gonna have. But what I love about this, and it's a fine glitter. What I like about this one here, and I think about the pieces, and when I come with my design, it looks like a real diamond, like a necklace, like that crushed diamond. So when you do it, and because it's going to be like the letter, it's going to be a necklace. This is here, so using the right materials. So when you incorporate with the right materials, people will pay for the custom. It was. So you use the right materials. It's unique, different, personalized. They don't have a problem paying for the customized. The problem is most people that have issues with customized orders don't set boundaries, are afraid to price because they're thinking would you buy it for the most part. And that's where the trouble goes. Or you're doing one because you have a minimum. So you can be successful selling customized on it, but you got to set the boundaries. You got to set minimum. And you know what? If they can't afford it, you wait for the customer.
The bling items, are those in your Amazon store?
Yes, they are in the sheets. These are adhesive sheets. I like them. They got the adhesive on it. They're really strong.
And what size are the sheets?
I don't know what they have the sheets. This isn't an 8.5. I don't know what size this is. So this is almost probably like a 10-inch. But these are the bling sheets. I'm thinking, I don't know what here. I may do one and do it all on. I think I'm going to do one and do a 3-tier made out of this. And see how it is, because people want stuff different, especially weddings, baby showers, and stuff. You know how much they charge for centerpieces, and people be looking at these Instagram stuff. They're over the top, So, I tell people I don't know how to tone it down. That's me. I'm not for the one tone it down. I'm not. I've had a couple things, and I know you can get stuff from the Dollar Tree and stuff, but that's just not who I am, and I'm okay with this. And another thing, and last before we wrap up, let's answer any questions. One of the things also with customization and party crafting, I'm telling you, if you're not incorporating AI, and we do have the AI ebook in our course and the AI replay, like I'm making my own custom paper. I'm finding that lately I'm buying less of this cardstock.
And what size was the glossy sheet?
That's 8.5 by 11. And that's mirror black. I only get one brand for that. I'm buying more of, well, I've always gotten this. I'm using more of this, and I'm using my printer. The only thing that is cardstock is the bottom. And only reason I started feeling, for this here, I will sit and say, I did waste money on cardstock on this. Because I got a wholesale. Good thing I didn't go overboard and use it. I did. And the reason why, because I was doing different denims. But at the end of the day, the printed cardstock I like better. And I definitely couldn't use, this is all printed. The customer gave, I mean, and you got customers, they have the money, you know, you find that one, and I gave some of these away for people, and then someone didn't do the shipping for the other, so I have these, so these are being rough handled by me, but this is all printed on this. So that's how it's going. So that works. So I say, don't run away from customs. Set a system up and set your boundaries, and you'll be good. You only lose money when you don't control the situation. So that's it. And that's how it.
It definitely looks more vibrant when you print it.
Yes, yes, it does. So, guys, I will see you next week on here. And if you are a part of the Facebook group on here, I'll be sending out something.
Inez on Instagram asks, are you printing them on your own printer at home, and what kind of printer is it?
Oh, yeah, I print all this now. This is printed, and this is, I did do a course on this one, Inez, how to do this one. This is printed. I have the Epson 8550 printer, and, you don't have to go get it. It's an excellent printer. I always tell people I had the Canon Pixma for years, and when it stopped working, I was really upset.
And is that the koala paper 13 by 19?
No, this is 11 by 17. On that one. I love this one, and this is in matte. No, oh yeah, is this in matte? Yeah, this is in matte. And I get the Canon matte in 8.5 by 11. Me and the Canon, we fell in love. And there's another matte that I like too. But those are the two papers. I mean, to me, it's quality. I mean, having a good print is also making sure your printer settings and everything is set up right too. Goes hand in hand. So
Mocha Creative said I had to come over to YouTube. IG was acting up.
Oh, thanks for a heads up on that one. Sorry about that. Well, we are having shorts with technical difficulties. But guys, listen, we're gonna have some courses and everything first coming up. But these were some tips because it's a lot of people. I'm here first for the crafters to help. I've been crafting. I'm not going to tell you anything that I haven't gone through. I'm still going to be selling. I like making these and selling. So for people that do get the Party Crafter monthly, we still do sales. So we do make party decor, but we're on social media, and I'm teaching you how to make it, or also on the business sense. So that's why we even are introducing the AI book, and we're also introducing the hooks. But it's for crafters. Everything is for crafters, because I'm thinking how hard it was for me to find my voice when I first started on social media as a crafter, because most people focus on the end result versus the story, and it's a lot of money to be made on social media. And if I can help you and give you tips, that things I learned, I invested in myself. I've had coaches, I still do have coaches, and still need coaching, and always invest in myself. I will tell people. So I've done the event planner stuff, have my Saturdays taken care of. You can have that. That's not my cup of tea. I don't want it. I'm very transparent. I want to stay in my home and work in my basement, and that's what I want to do. That's it. That's what I want to do. And if I could go back years ago, if I had children, when we were raising our son, if I could have stayed home and did this, I would have loved to. But the social media wasn't around. This is free advertisement. It's a different environment. It is where it is. So jump on board on it. So that's what I say. So guys, as always, we thank you for taking the time this evening. If you have any questions, especially for the Instagram exclusive subscribers, you guys know you get your questions free. And don't forget, you get your free half session, because I'm going to be phasing that out. So if you haven't gotten your free session, get that. And we thank you. Be blessed.